It's Madden NFL 23. And up next is Darius Slay.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 51 back in 2017, we are inside NRG Stadium in Houston. Tonight, we kick off Week 3 with a great Thursday night matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Houston Texans. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Chiefs, it's been a great start to the season. Back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season to go, but they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way.
And we are underway from Houston. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And I think it's safe to say that, and I heard him say it in the post-game press conference, that was a team win last week because he didn't really play up to his normal standards, throwing 2 interceptions.
No touchdown.
Yeah, didn't offset it at all, but the team found a way to get it done.
Throwing at the outset, here's Mahomes. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And they regroup defensively after the broken tackle, getting to him just beyond the 45. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his 2nd year in the NFL now.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The numbers for him from a week ago. Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. Back to throw here. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week. But they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 10, Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. Man open, it's Tony. He's got it. And he will have a Chiefs first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. From midfield, here's Mahomes. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Mecole Hardman. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Chiefs will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Desmond King to return it from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
And the Chiefs D closes in on him again, and they drop him behind the line. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
That's a 43-yard punt, aided as well by a loss on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. So here are the Chiefs to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Open man downfield is Hardman. He's got it. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 36. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 14 carries, 53 yards.
Well, obviously he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest.
And it'll be intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Texans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Hands it off out of the gun. This defense for the Chiefs, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on a young season.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. This pass complete to Reynolds. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 16. That one goes for 24 yards. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. 2nd and 2. First down marker at the 5-yard line. They'll look to throw here. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by Bunker is on target. And we are tied at 7. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. KC's offense ready to take over. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the plague did on the last one.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Mahomes' throw caught by Tony. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Looking to throw again on second down. Mahomes. And he'll be hauled down at about the 40-yard line. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the headlinesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And out of bounds right around the 20. Mahomes finding Juju there for the Kansas City first.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Kadarius Toney, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And to cap it off, a touchdown run of 20 yards. And it'll come out to the 25 as King opts for the touchback. Now comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things going so well, where you're guessing and guessing wrong play after play. So what you need is someone on the defensive side of the ball
leader, right?
to make a big play.
Yeah. Throw
that balance out of whack. That's what you're looking for now. Not worrying so much about guessing what the play call is.
Second and 5. Going right back to Beckham here, complete. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. The Texans come into this one still undefeated despite the one tie. And they were able to get that road victory in the opener, and now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. His throw incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And this time he is in. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point by Butker is on target, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25. touchback. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Isaiah Simmons getting by the offensive line and dropping the quarterback.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Hands it off out of the gun. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. Take it at the 37. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and they will take over 1st and 10. The Texans with the football here late in this first half. And now the clock reads precisely 1 minute to go in the half. You want to run the 1-minute offense? This is a good test right here.
It certainly is, and definitely not a time to think about kneeling and going into the half. This is a chance to attack a little bit, but not having to get everything in one shot either. 10 yards here, 15 there. Work the sidelines, work the clock. Give yourself a chance for at least a field goal going into the half.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They'll look to throw again. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, this from 48. Butker's kick here is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to our Tiburon Studios here in Orlando. We'll take a minute and look ahead at what's to come this weekend in week number 3. In the early window, we'll have our eye on that game in Jacksonville. The Jaguars going to need to be on their A game as they'll be forced to reckon with the Las Vegas Raiders. Then later, they'll let the sun die down a bit in Tampa. A late start here in Florida, where it'll be the Buccaneers taking on the Denver Broncos. And finally, Sunday Night Football. They've got a good one lined up between the Atlanta Falcons and the LA Chargers. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for KC in that first half. And despite the fact that they're down on the scoreboard, they were able to have some success throwing the football in that opening half. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half. These two clubs running through their final halftime adjustments. It's just about time to get back at it. And for the call of the second half, we go back out to Houston, H-Town, and Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. So here are the Texans to take over. Last week, good result. They were able to beat the Detroit Lions, and now they are on the good side of the scoreboard right now as well. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 60 yards rushing forward the ball game now on 14 carries.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. They'll set up to throw. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. And quickly they get to the line. They'll look to throw here on first down. And this is going to be intercepted. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown, and this lead changes hands here in the 3rd quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball and said, let's cut down our coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And, boy, that sure turned out well for them.
King going to look to bring it out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time, and don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Back to throw now on first down. That's into the hands of Reynolds. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. On first down, he'll drop to throw. They'll find Ayuk open right side. And they'll work this down inside the 30. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Open man is Jordan, the tight end. Touchdown! Brandon Jordan, 26 yards. And the Texans have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that gives him a 3-point lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the result, a Houston touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That second down play nets a -4.
They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
42-yard punt, 6 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation, because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43.
Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs.
They'll drop to throw. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to, pick up a first down.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been tough to stop. 8 for 10 so far. This will be 3rd and a mile. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked up by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. Completes it to Hardman.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And that is incomplete.
He came through well with a nice pass breakup there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the first down.
The kick by Elliott is good. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the fourth quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Texans offense set to regain possession. And we essentially have a brand-new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this fourth quarter.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. The Texans send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And now here comes Kansas City.
Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yards to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Here's the Chiefs punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. This is brought in at the 21. So possession goes over here on the punt. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll set up a throw. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Terrell Lewis in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. On play action, they'll throw.
That's all caught. Brandon Ayuk.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 47. They'll look to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game. That time, unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. So 3rd down, but you got to think they'd like to get closer, even in a dome with good kicking conditions for a possible field goal. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. You talk about a big kick under pressure. pressure in the fourth quarter. I mean, that wasn't like a 33-yarder. That was long distance.
Not only does it show the faith that they have in him, but also remember, if they'd missed that one, they're giving up the ball near midfield, so they had to be very confident that he was going to put that one to the post.
Here comes Mahomes and the Chiefs. Down 27-24. A minute 51 on the clock. Their perfect start to the season in jeopardy unless they can score here as they've got it 1st and 10. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Here's Mahomes. Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And the Texans have just about sewn up this football game.
When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
This pass complete to Reynolds. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
You get a rookie tight end who can run like this, it just gives this offense a different dimension than they've had. It's going to be fun to watch his development and how this offense expands as this season moves along.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. They go for it on 4th and goal, but that lines up incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop.
Mahomes to throw it. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker.
Darius Slay with a pick. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Down to a knee here as the Texans look to let the clock roll.
Here we go.
Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
We all just got a heck of a show, partner. This was a close game for a long time. Close at half, close down the stretch. Home team finds a way to get it done, a narrow victory.
Yeah, they finished with a flourish, didn't they? Because there were times where each side looked like they were the better team out there. And the outcome's in doubt for much of this game. Every snap seemingly more important than the previous one. Great effort from the guys visiting, but in the end, how about those guys in their home stadium finding a way to win?
So for the Texans, they pick up their 2nd win now on the year. And they'll get a few days to savor this one before they take on the Jacksonville Jaguars.